Hey guys, welcome to another episode of More About Mortgages. My name's Ian Moore, I'm a loan officer here with Premier Mortgage Lending. Thank you for joining me, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Today, obviously, we're going to be talking about what is transpiring in the mortgage lending business and the real estate market as a whole that is opening a window of opportunity for home buyers using traditional financing to start seeing their offers get accepted in the next few months and them having a little bit more luck and good fortune than they've had over the past year plus. And there's a number of aspects that are leading into this. The first that I want to dive into are appraisals. Obviously, appraisals have been a big crutch in the industry over the last 6 months or so, and it's been difficult getting appraisers to get out there and appraise properties and get us the full appraisal reports back in a timely manner at a reasonable cost. And here's why. The appraisal industry as a whole is struggling to get appraisers on board and new appraisers coming in with regularity and consistency. And there's a reason for that as well. To become an appraiser, you have to do a number of apprenticeship hours with a licensed appraiser who is already out there appraising properties. You know, on the residential side in particular, there's not a whole heck of a lot of appraisers out there willing to do that for new appraisers coming up because of the way that appraisals are ordered. They're ordered through a portal, and appraisal management companies have appraisers that log into that portal and see new orders for appraisals come in with requests. And those requests come in with the property location, the property size, the sales price, the property type, and they can either accept it or not. So they don't want to include more people that can potentially accept that appraisal order and take money out of their pocket. Because that's the second part of this, is that back in the 80s and 90s, guys, appraisals were costing $300, $450 max. Nowadays, home buyers are paying $500, $600, $700 to get their appraisal back, and they're waiting longer to get it back. And not only that, guys, but appraisers aren't even getting paid more. So not a whole heck of a lot of people are going to want to become an appraiser when they're still getting paid roughly the same amounts they were back in the 90s. The costs are up, but the AMC or the appraisal management companies are now taking their portions of the payment by the consumer, and then the appraisers left with around the same amount that they were getting back in the late 80s and 90s. So it's really caused some turmoil in the business because getting a mortgage loan to go through the entire process, it's not hard, and we are set up here at Premier Mortgage Lending especially to do it in 2 to 3 weeks tops and get a loan cleared to close. But waiting for the appraisal is a key part of that. You know, it shouldn't be a part that is able to hold up the process of the loan. It should be a part that is a smooth transition into the entirety of the process and allows us to get a file cleared to close, not holds things up or dictates how a loan process should be because the appraiser doesn't want to get out there and do his job or her job on time at a reasonable cost. Appraisals are going to be getting better though, guys. The good news is that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and the government are working on changes to this problem. It's been a big problem. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching this video right now maybe have had offers accepted on properties that you've absolutely loved, that you've been psyched to raise your family in, only to have the appraisal value come in light, the appraiser be not willing to touch the value or do anything with it or adjust it at all, despite sending him comps or other properties that have sold more recently closer to the proximity of the subject house, and then you've lost the deal in the house, ultimately because the sellers in this market weren't willing to drop that sales price down to the appraisal value. They want to still get more money for it, even though the appraisal came in here. They want this much, and you don't have the liquid assets to cover the difference to give that to the sellers and pay your down payment and closing costs, so you've had no other options other than to back out, which is a tough situation. It's tough to persevere from that. However, I'm here today, guys, to tell you that if that has happened to you, or if you're someone out there that's had 5, 6, 7 offers all get rejected and none have been accepted, things are going to be looking a little bit brighter for you in moving forward in the next few weeks and months. Because not only is Fannie Mae working on issues to resolve the appraisal shortage and the appraisal challenges that we've faced recently, but the foreclosure moratorium is also coming to an end. So personally, as a loan officer in this business, I've seen it actually open up for home buyers quite a bit over the last 3 to 4 weeks. Prior to about 3 to 4 weeks ago, we had a ton of full cash buyers coming in from other states, whether it be Mass, New York, California, New Mexico, Texas, paying full cash for either second homes or new primary residences that they were just going to move to because they can now work remotely with this whole COVID. That was a big challenge for people using traditional financing as first-time home buyers or just regular home buyers using financing because that cash buyer would swoop in there and that seller would accept the cash offer every time. As of about 3 to 4 weeks ago, guys, we've seen a lot of those second home buyers using all cash leave the market. They haven't been up here buying houses. I don't know, maybe it's because the summertime is coming to an end, or COVID's starting to transit. We're starting to transition out of this whole COVID period. I'm not too sure exactly what the reasons are. All I know is that it's really started to open up, and my home buyers out there that have been looking for properties and making offers for the last 6 to 8 to 12 months have started to have offers accepted. In fact, I've had an influx of offers accepted over the last 2 weeks. I think I've had 12 to 13 offers for my buyers out there get accepted over the last 2 weeks, which that hasn't happened in quite a while, guys, to have that many people get offers accepted in a short period of time, which tells me that not only are those full cash buyers getting out, but there's more properties being listed as well, meaning fewer bidding wars, fewer prices being driven way up and selling for $100,000 over the original list price. So we're seeing less and less of that, which is good for the overall market and for the home buyers like you guys out there using traditional financing as a conventional FHA, VA, or USDA loan. So with the foreclosure moratorium coming to an end, we're going to see the folks out there that have been in forbearance, not having to make their mortgage payments, now faced with having to make their mortgage payment or not, meaning they're either going to have to sell if they can't make their mortgage payment, or the bank's going to foreclose on that property and that new listing is going to hit the market. So that's going to happen on a wide scale, guys. As unfortunate as it is, there are a lot of folks out there living in their homes right now who haven't paid their mortgage since April of last year, or June of last year when forbearance hit. And now that the moratorium is coming to an end, they're going to be faced with having to make that payment, or selling that house, or having the bank foreclose and them losing the house anyway. So that's going to create a wide-scale new listings. That's going to create wide-scale new listings across the industry and the market as a whole, which is going to open the door for you home buyers even more so. So keep persevering, keep moving forward, guys, because you will have some good fortune come your way sooner than later. I promise you, things are beginning to be better and the market's opening up. And if you haven't had an offer accepted yet, or you have but the appraisal's gotten in your way, keep moving forward, keep making offers and looking at houses, because you will find your new home and go under contract soon enough, and you'll sign those closing papers and get handed the keys and be unbelievably happy with your decision to continue moving forward, guys, because that's what it takes. You got to persevere. So thank you for joining me for another episode of More About Mortgages, guys. I appreciate you. Again, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And have a wonderful rest of your week. Take care, guys.